How to stay calm in chaos. Unlock the power of Stoicism. Picture this. One moment. You're cruising through life. Everything feels like it's falling into place, calm, serene, like a quiet lake at sunrise. Then, out of nowhere, chaos crashes in like a tidal wave. Traffic jams stretch for miles. Your phone buzzes with bad news. That one coworker pushes every button you have. And suddenly, your mind is a storm of racing thoughts. Sound familiar? Have you ever felt like your own head is working against you, pulling you into a spiral you can't escape? If you've ever wondered why staying calm feels like an impossible task, you're not alone. But here's the good news. There's a way to take back control. Not just any way, but a path walked by some of the wisest minds in history, emperors, philosophers, and everyday people who found peace in the heart of life's storms. Today, I'm going to show you how to train your mind to stay calm, no matter what chaos life throws your way, using the timeless wisdom of Stoicism. Buckle up, because this journey might just change your life. The hard truth about your mind. Let's start with a question. Why does it feel so hard to stay calm? Why do small frustrations, like a slow Wi-Fi connection or a snarky comment, send us into a tailspin? The answer isn't what's happening around you, it's what's happening inside you. If you don't train your mind, it will run the show. It's like letting a wild horse gallop without reins. You're just along for the ride. And it's not a fun one. Stoicism, a philosophy born over 2,000 years ago, teaches us a powerful truth. Peace doesn't come from controlling the world around you. It comes from controlling how you respond to it. Imagine that for a second. A life where traffic, bad days, or even betrayal can't shake your inner calm. That's not a fantasy, it's a skill. And it's one you can learn. In this video, we're diving deep into how to master that skill. You'll discover practical, step-by-step ways to train your mind to stay steady, even when life feels like a hurricane. Because here's the reality. You have two choices. You can control your mind, or you can let it control you. Which one are you choosing today? Tomas' story. From chaos to clarity. Before we unpack the how-to, let me tell you a story about someone just like you. Meet Tomas, a 33-year-old guy with a decent job, a stable life, and one dangerous habit. He bottled everything up. Work stress? He swallowed it. Hurtful comments from a friend? He brushed them off. Small disappointments, big frustrations, he stuffed them all down, pretending everything was fine. On the outside, Tomas looked like he had it together. But inside, his mind was a hornet's nest, buzzing with thoughts he couldn't quiet. Every night, he'd come home and explode over the smallest things. The neighbor's music was too loud. The mail didn't arrive on time. The toaster burned his bread. Nothing major, but to Tomas, every tiny spark felt like a match thrown into a pile of dry leaves. One hot summer night, everything hit a breaking point. Tomas' partner said something simple but piercing. "You're always angry." That was it, just 3 words, but they lit a fuse. The next thing he knew, he was yelling, slamming doors, and hurling accusations. The argument wasn't even about anything big, but it felt like the world was collapsing. Overwhelmed, Tomas stormed out, the door crashing behind him. He wandered the city streets for hours, his thoughts a tangled mess of anger, guilt, and confusion. As dawn broke, he found himself sitting on a park bench, exhausted and lost. Without thinking, he pulled out his phone and opened YouTube. The first video that popped up had a title that hit him like a lightning bolt. You can't control what happens, but you can control how you respond. It was about Stoicism, a word Tomas had never heard before. Curious, maybe even desperate, he pressed play. And that moment? That was the spark that changed everything. The click that changed Tomas' life. Tomas didn't sleep that night. Instead, he dove headfirst into the world of Stoicism, watching videos and reading about philosophers like Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus, and Seneca. These weren't just dusty old quotes from ancient books. They were raw, painful truths that cut through the noise in his head. One idea stuck with him. It's not things that upset us, but our opinions about them. Think about that for a second. That annoying coworker, the endless traffic, the broken plans, none of them have power over you unless you give them that power. The more you let something control your emotions, the weaker you become, but choose not to be hurt. And suddenly, you're free. For the first time, Tomas realized something no one had ever taught him. Calm isn't something you're born with. It's not a gift handed out to a lucky few. It's a skill you build, like lifting weights or learning to cook. And just like any skill, it takes practice. From that day forward, Tomas started making small changes. When he felt anger rising, he'd pause and take a deep breath. When he wanted to complain, he'd stop and observe his thoughts instead. When that familiar tight knot formed in his chest, he'd lace up his sneakers and go for a walk. Did he mess up sometimes? Of course. Old habits die hard. But something had shifted. Anger still showed up, knocking at the door of his mind. But now he knew he didn't have to let it in. Little by little, without anyone really noticing, Tomas transformed. He wasn't the guy who reacted to every little thing anymore. He didn't need to raise his voice to feel heard. He wasn't perfect, but he was different. He had discovered something profound. True control isn't about dominating the world around you. It's about mastering the world within you. And that, my friend, is where real power lies. Why Stoicism? The philosophy of inner strength. So, what exactly is Stoicism? And why does it matter? At its core, Stoicism is a practical philosophy that teaches you how to live well, no matter what life throws at you. It's not about sitting cross-legged on a mountain, detached from the world. It's about standing tall in the middle of chaos and choosing calm over chaos. The Stoics believed that while you can't control external events, traffic, rude people, or unexpected setbacks, you can always control your response. And that's where your power lies. Imagine you're stuck in a traffic jam. Your first instinct might be to honk, curse, or spiral into frustration. But what if, instead, you took a deep breath and said to yourself, "This is out of my control, but my reaction is mine to choose." Suddenly, the traffic isn't the problem anymore, it's just a fact. The real problem was your reaction. And now you've taken that power back. That's Stoicism in action. Practical steps to train your mind. Ready to start training your mind? Here are 5 practical, Stoic-inspired steps to stay calm in any storm. These aren't just theories, they're tools you can use today to start building your inner strength. 1. Pause and breathe. The next time you feel your emotions spiking, whether it's anger, anxiety, or frustration, stop. Take a slow, deep breath. Count to 4 as you inhale. Hold for 4, and exhale for 4. This simple act creates a gap between the trigger and your response. It's like hitting the pause button on your mind, giving you space to choose how you want to act. Marcus Aurelius once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. That pause is your first step to freedom. 2. Reframe the situation. Stoics are masters of reframing. When something bad happens, ask yourself, what's the opportunity here? Spilled coffee on your shirt? It's a chance to practice patience. A rude comment from a stranger? It's a reminder that their words don't define you. By shifting your perspective, you strip away the power of external events. Try this. Next time something frustrates you, write down one positive thing it could teach you. It could be resilience, empathy, or even just a funny story to share later. 3. Focus on what you can control. Epictetus, one of the great Stoic philosophers, said, "There is only one way to happiness, and that is to cease worrying about things which are beyond the power of our will." Make a mental list. What can you control in this moment? Your thoughts, your actions, your attitude, everything else, other people's opinions. The weather, the outcome of a meeting, is out of your hands. Let it go. Focus on your own choices, and you'll feel a weight lift off your shoulders. 4. Practice negative visualization. This one might sound strange, but it's powerful. The Stoics called it premeditatio malorum, imagining the worst-case scenario. Take a moment each day to picture things going wrong. Your car breaks down. You miss a deadline. Someone lets you down. The goal isn't to stress yourself out, it's to prepare your mind. By mentally rehearsing challenges, you reduce their emotional impact when they actually happen. It's like emotional armor, making you ready for anything. 5. Reflect and learn. At the end of each day, take 5 minutes to reflect. Ask yourself, what triggered me today? How did I respond? What could I do better tomorrow? This isn't about beating yourself up, it's about growth. Keep a journal if you can. Write down one thing you did well and one thing you want to improve. Over time, you'll start to see patterns. And you'll get better at catching yourself before you spiral. The ripple effect of calm. As Tomas practiced these steps, something incredible happened. Not only did he feel calmer, but his entire life started to shift. His relationships improved because he wasn't snapping at people anymore. His work felt less overwhelming because he approached challenges with clarity. Even his health got better. Less stress meant better sleep and more energy. Calm isn't just a feeling, it's a force that ripples through every part of your life. And here's the best part. You don't need to be a philosopher to do this. You don't need a degree or a fancy meditation app. All you need is a willingness to try. Start small. Pick one of these steps and practice it today. Maybe it's pausing before you react to a rude email. Maybe it's reframing a bad day as a chance to grow. Whatever it is, take that first step, because every time you choose calm over chaos, you're building a stronger, freer version of yourself. Your turn. Take control today. So, where are you at right now? Are you like Tomas was, bottling up stress until it explodes? Or maybe you're already trying to stay calm but need a better roadmap. Wherever you are, know this. You're not stuck. You have the power to train your mind, to choose peace over panic, to be the master of your emotions instead of their slave. Stoicism isn't just a philosophy, it's a toolkit for life. And it's yours to use. Before you go, try this challenge. For the next 24 hours, every time you feel your emotions rising, pause for 10 seconds. Just 10 seconds. Breathe, reframe, and choose your response. Then come back and tell me in the comments how it went. Did you feel a difference? Did you catch yourself before you spiraled? I'm reading every comment, and I can't wait to hear your story. If Tomas could change his life with one YouTube video, imagine what you can do with these tools. Hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and let's keep this journey going together. Because the truth is, life will always be chaotic, but you don't have to be. Mastering your mind. The Stoic path to inner peace. Last time, we met Tomas, a guy who discovered that true calm doesn't come from a perfect world but from a steady mind. His story showed us that Stoicism, a philosophy forged by ancient thinkers, can help us find peace even when life feels like a whirlwind. Now, let's dive deeper. Today, I'm going to walk you through how to train your mind to stay calm. No matter what chaos swirls around you, whether it's a snarky comment, a stressful day at work, or a traffic jam that tests your patience, you can learn to take control. If Tomas could transform his life, so can you. Ready to take the reins? Let's get started. Before we jump in, if this video is sparking something in you, hit that subscribe button and join our community. As a subscriber, you'll unlock exclusive perks to help you grow on this journey. And in the comments, tell me, what's one thing you'll do today to take charge of your mind? Or just drop, I'm a Stoic, because we're building this calm, strong mindset together. Now, let's tackle the big question. Who's running the show, you or your mind? When your mind feels like the enemy. Have you ever had one of those days where you wake up feeling unstoppable? Ready to conquer the world, only for one tiny thing to derail everything? Maybe you sent an email with a typo, and suddenly your brain's whispering, you're a failure, or someone cuts you off in traffic. And before you know it, you're fuming like your favorite team just lost the championship. Sound familiar? That's your mind doing what it does best when left unchecked, running wild. Like an untamed horse galloping through a field, kicking up dust and dragging you along for the ride. It's exhausting, isn't it? One moment you're calm, and the next, you're replaying a rude comment from a coworker, crafting the perfect comeback you'll never say. Or maybe you're stuck in a loop, beating yourself up over a small mistake. If you don't take control, your mind will. It's not just about staying calm, it's about making better decisions, reducing stress, and living a life where you're in the driver's seat. Because here's the truth. If you don't train your mind, it'll drag you through the mud without a second thought. The spark that ignites the storm. Picture this. You're in a meeting, feeling relaxed, maybe even enjoying the conversation. The room's buzzing with ideas, and you're in the zone. Then, out of nowhere, someone drops a sharp comment, a sneaky jab dressed up as a joke. It hits you like a punch to the gut. Your face flushes, your heart starts racing, and your mind floods with a dozen clever retorts to put them in their place. Sound familiar? In that moment, it feels like you have to react, like your ego's screaming, defend yourself. But pause for a second. Is that reaction really necessary? Or is it just your mind pushing you to leap before you look? This is where Stoicism steps in with a game-changing truth. Straight from the philosopher Epictetus, it's not things themselves that disturb us, but our interpretation of them. Let that sink in. That snarky comment? It's just words. The traffic jam? It's just cars. The real chaos starts with how you choose to interpret those events. Let's break it down with an example. Imagine someone says, "You could have done that better." Your mind might immediately spiral. They think I'm incompetent. They're disappointed in me. Suddenly, you're mentally replaying every mistake you've made in the last 6 months, sinking into a pit of self-doubt. But what if you flipped the script? What if that comment wasn't an attack but a neutral observation? Maybe it's even a chance to grow. The words haven't changed, just your perspective. Instead of letting your mind run wild, you decide what those words mean. That's the power of Stoicism. It's not about ignoring your emotions but about choosing which ones to give airtime. Because when you let every little thing control you, you're handing over the reins to a part of your brain that doesn't always know what's best. Your brain's overzealous bodyguard. Why does this happen? Why does a single comment or a small setback feel like the end of the world? Blame your amygdala, that tiny, almond-shaped part of your brain wired to spot threats. Back in the day, it was a lifesaver, alerting our ancestors to dangers like a prowling lion. But here's the catch. Your amygdala doesn't know the difference between a saber-toothed cat and a passive-aggressive email. To it, danger is danger. It reacts in milliseconds, flooding your body with adrenaline before you even have time to think. That's why you feel your blood boil over a coworker's snide remark or why a broken coffee machine can ruin your morning. Your brain's on high alert, treating every annoyance like a life or death situation. And if you don't step in, it'll keep running the show, hijacking your emotions and dragging you into chaos. The good news? You can train it. Calm isn't something that magically appears when life is perfect. It's a muscle you build, a habit you strengthen, a skill you hone with practice. Taking back the reins. So, how do you start? It's not about suppressing your emotions or pretending everything's fine. It's about creating space between what happens and how you respond. Think of it like this. Your mind is a stormy sea, and Stoicism hands you the tools to build a sturdy ship. You can't stop the waves, but you can learn to navigate them. Here's how to begin. Pause before you react. When you feel that familiar rush of anger or anxiety, stop. Take a deep breath. Count to 5. This tiny pause gives you a moment to choose your response instead of letting your amygdala call the shots. Ask yourself, do I need to react? Or can I let this go? Question your interpretation. When something upsets you, ask, what story am I telling myself right now? If your boss says, this needs improvement, don't assume they think you're a failure. Maybe they're just pointing out a way to make your work stronger. Challenge the narrative your mind creates. Focus on the present. Your mind loves to time travel, replaying past mistakes or worrying about future problems. Pull it back to the now. What can you do in this moment? That rude comment can't change who you are unless you let it. These small shifts add up. They're like training wheels for your mind, helping you stay steady until calm becomes second nature. And the best part? You don't need to be perfect. Even the Stoics messed up sometimes. The goal is progress, not perfection. Your journey starts now. So, what's it going to be? Will you let your mind keep dragging you through the chaos? Or are you ready to take control? Stoicism isn't about becoming an emotionless robot. It's about choosing which emotions get to steer your life. You have the power to decide what matters, what deserves your energy, and what you can let slide. And trust me, once you start practicing this, you'll feel a shift. That traffic jam? Just a moment to breathe. That snarky comment? Just words, not your worth. Try this today. The next time you feel your emotions spiking, pause for 10 seconds. Ask yourself, what can I control right now? Then act from that place of calm. Share your experience in the comments. I'm reading every single one, and I want to know how it goes. If this video's helping you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you never miss a step on this journey. Because life will always throw curveballs. But with a trained mind, you'll be ready to catch them. Let's keep building that inner strength together. Steer your mind. How to stay calm when anger strikes. We've been talking about taking control of your mind, using Stoic wisdom to stay steady in the face of chaos. It's about choosing your response instead of letting your emotions run wild. Now, let's get practical. How do you actually do that when life throws a curveball, a rude comment, a frustrating setback, or a moment that makes your blood boil? Today, we're diving into 3 powerful Stoic tools to keep your mind in check. Plus a deep look at why anger, if left unchecked, can steer you straight into a ditch. Think you're ready to take the wheel? Let's find out. 3 steps to tame your mind. Imagine this. Someone cuts you off in traffic, or your boss snaps at you in a meeting. Your heart races, your fists clench, and you're ready to fire back. Sound familiar? That's your mind trying to hijack the driver's seat. But here's how you can stay in control with 3 simple, Stoic-inspired steps. 1. The 3-second pause. The next time something sets you off, don't react. Instead, take a deep breath and count. 1, 2, 3. It sounds too simple, doesn't it? But those 3 seconds are like a superpower. They give your rational brain just enough time to step in before your instincts go wild. It's like hitting the brakes before your emotions speed you into a crash. Try it today. When frustration hits, pause and breathe. You'll be amazed at how those few seconds can shift everything. 2. Rewrite the story. Your mind loves to tell stories, but they're not always true. When someone says something that stings, like, "You could have done better," your brain might spin it into, "They think I'm a failure." Stop right there. Ask yourself, what story am I telling myself? Then rewrite it. Maybe that comment wasn't an attack but a chance to improve. Maybe it's not about you at all. By changing the narrative, you take away its power to rattle you. It's like flipping the script on a bad movie. Suddenly, the plot doesn't control you anymore. 3. Activate observer mode. Here's a game changer. Step outside yourself for a moment. Imagine you're watching the situation unfold like it's a scene in a movie. How would the wisest, calmest version of you react? Would someone like Marcus Aurelius lose their cool over a snarky remark or a spilled coffee? Probably not. By observing yourself from a distance, you create space to choose your response instead of letting your emotions call the shots. It's like being the director of your own life, not just an actor swept up in the drama. These 3 steps, pause, rewrite, observe, are your toolkit for staying calm. But here's the kicker. If you don't use them, your mind will hand the reins to someone else. And most of the time, that someone is your knee-jerk reaction, ready to drag you into a mess you'll regret. So, what's it going to be? Will you take control, or let your mind run wild? The high cost of anger. Let's talk about what happens when you don't take control, when anger grabs the wheel. Picture yourself driving down a quiet highway. The sun setting, music playing, everything under control. Then, out of nowhere, the steering wheel starts jerking on its own. You try to hold it steady, but it twists left, then right, speeding up while ignoring the brakes. Panic sets in because you're no longer in charge, the car is. That's exactly what anger feels like. 1 minute, you're fine. The next, it's dragging you somewhere you don't want to go, making you say things you didn't mean, react in ways you'll regret, and leaving a trail of damage in its wake. Anger doesn't just mess with your mind, it pulls you away from what you really want: calm, clarity, the ability to handle life without getting knocked off balance. Need a real-world example? Think back to the 2022 Oscars. Will Smith was having his night, moments away from winning the biggest award of his career. Everything was perfect. Then Chris Rock made a joke about his wife. In a split second, anger took over. Will didn't pause, didn't rewrite the story, didn't observe. Instead, he stormed the stage and slapped Chris Rock in front of millions. One impulsive moment, 1 second where his mind seized control, and his public image took a nosedive. Years of respect, admiration, and hard work tarnished in an instant. Was it worth it? The Stoic philosopher Seneca had a clear take on this. The one who gets angry suffers more than the one who caused the offense. Think about it. Chris Rock moved on, but Will carried the weight of that moment for months. maybe years, replaying it in his head. The person who throws the jab forgets it in minutes. But if you let anger take hold, you're the one stuck in the loop, reliving the pain over and over. Anger doesn't just hurt your relationships or reputation, it robs you of peace. The 90-second rule. Here's where science backs up the Stoics. Neuroscientist Jill Bolte Taylor discovered something fascinating. The biological rush of anger only lasts about 90 seconds in your body. 90 seconds. That's shorter than most YouTube ads. So why does it feel like anger lingers for hours? Because you feed it. You replay what happened, dwell on how unfair it was, or imagine what you should have said. Every time you do that, you're throwing fuel on the fire, keeping it burning long after it should have fizzled out. So, how do you break the cycle? Seneca had a rule. When someone provoked him, he gave himself time before reacting. He knew an angry mind doesn't make great decisions. The next time anger comes knocking, try this. Let it pass without grabbing hold. Count to 90 if you have to. Take slow, deep breaths. Step away for a moment. Go for a walk. Sip some water. Anything to give your brain a chance to cool off. It's like letting a wave crash over you without getting swept away. Those 90 seconds are your window to take back control. Your turn to take the wheel. So, what's the plan? The next time life tests you, whether it's a cutting remark, a frustrating day, or a moment that makes your blood boil, remember you hold the reins. Use the 3-second pause to catch your breath. Rewrite the story your mind's telling you. Step into observer mode and ask, what would a wiser me do? These small choices add up, building a mind that's steady, strong, and ready for anything. Here's a challenge for you, today. When something sparks your anger, try the 90-second rule. Let the feeling pass without feeding it. Then come back to the comments and share what happened. Did you feel the shift? Did you take back control? I'm reading every comment, and I can't wait to hear your story. If this is resonating with you, hit that like button, subscribe, and tap the bell so you don't miss the next step in this journey. Because life will always throw challenges your way. But with these tools, you'll be ready to steer through them. Let's keep building that inner calm together. Harnessing calm. The Stoic secret to winning at life. We've been exploring how to take control of your mind, using Stoic tools like the 90-second rule to let anger pass and keep your cool. Now, let's dive deeper into how to transform that fleeting moment of calm into a lasting strength. Imagine turning every spark of frustration into an opportunity to grow stronger, wiser, and more in control. Today, we'll unpack practical ways to let go of anger, channel your energy, and discover why calm isn't just for the quiet, it's for the victors. Ready to step into that power? Let's do this. Letting anger fade. The art of doing nothing. Picture this. Someone cuts you off in traffic, or a coworker throws a snide remark your way. That familiar wave of heat rises, your chest tightens, your thoughts race, and you're ready to fire back. But what if you did nothing? Not out of weakness, but out of strength. Next time you feel that surge of anger, try this. Just notice it. Don't grab hold. Don't feed it. Don't let it steer you. Instead, count to 90 and breathe slowly. It's like watching a storm cloud pass overhead. Give it a moment, and it'll drift away on its own. Why does this work? Because anger, as neuroscientist Jill Bolte Taylor found, only lasts about 90 seconds in your body unless you fuel it. When you replay what happened, dwell on how unfair it was, or imagine the perfect comeback, you're not just feeling angry, you're choosing to keep it alive. 1 minute of frustration can turn into hours, days, even weeks of resentment, eating away at your peace. So, why let it? Instead of letting anger hijack your day, let it pass. Count those 90 seconds, and watch it fade like mist in the morning sun. But here's another trick to make it easier. Move your body. Anger isn't just in your mind, it's physical. You feel it in your clenched fists, your racing heart, that tight knot in your chest. It's like a pressure cooker building steam, ready to explode at the worst moment. So, let off that steam. Try this. Clench your fists as tight as you can. Hold for a few seconds. Then slowly release them, or take a brisk walk. Shake out your arms, or even do a few jumping jacks. It doesn't sound like much, but moving your body can drain the power from that emotional surge. It's like opening a valve to release the pressure before it blows. The perspective shift. Will this matter in a week? Here's a question to keep in your back pocket. Will this matter in a week? In the heat of the moment, everything feels massive, final, unbearable. That rude comment, that missed deadline, that spilled coffee. It all seems like the end of the world. But fast forward 7 days. Will you even remember it? Probably not. So, the next time something pushes your buttons, picture yourself a week from now. Looking back, if it won't matter then, why let it steal your peace now? Think about it. If anger solved problems, the loudest, most table-slamming people would be the happiest, most successful folks around. But we all know that's not true. Yelling, arguing, or stewing in resentment doesn't fix anything, it just leaves you drained. The smartest move is to channel that energy into something that does matter. Maybe it's tackling a project with focus, having a calm conversation to resolve a conflict, or simply taking a moment to breathe and reset when your mind wants to hit the gas pedal with no brakes. Remember, you're the one in the driver's seat. Choose where you're headed. Calm is for winners. Now, let's shift gears and talk about what calm really means. Picture a battlefield, the ground trembling under the weight of charging soldiers, the air thick with tension, swords clashing like the world splitting in two. Chaos reigns, screams echo, orders get lost in the noise, and panic fuels every move. Amid it all, one warrior stands out. He doesn't rush blindly into the fray or shout to be heard. He walks with purpose, his breath steady, his eyes clear, while others are swept up in the madness. He observes, calculates, and acts with precision. That's the warrior who earns respect, not because he's the loudest, but because he owns the moment. That's what calm looks like. It's not weakness, it's power. In today's world, it's easy to think that the loudest voice wins, the one who interrupts, argues, or reacts with the most fire seems to come out on top. But what if real strength is the opposite? What if it's about standing firm while everything around you shakes? Refusing to be dragged into the chaos? Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, nailed it when he wrote, "The best answer to anger is silence. Not because you're weak or have nothing to say, but because you're choosing not to fuel the fire." Silence isn't surrender, it's strategy. Restraint is where the real power lies. When you stay calm, you're not just reacting, you're deciding. You're observing the chaos like a chess master studying the board, choosing your move with clarity. And that's what sets you apart. Modern leadership expert Simon Sinek echoes this. True leaders aren't the ones who dominate with force or volume. They're the ones who stay composed when everyone else is losing it, guiding others with a clear head and steady hand. Whether you're leading a team at work, navigating a tense moment at home, or just trying to get through a tough day, calm is your superpower. It's what makes you a winner. Your path to mastery. So, how do you make this part of your life? Start small. The next time anger flares, don't react. Breathe and count to 90. Feel the tension in your body? Move, clench and release your fists or take a quick walk. Then ask yourself, will this matter in a week? If the answer's no, let it go. Picture that calm warrior on the battlefield, steady amid the storm. That's who you're becoming every time you choose restraint over reaction. Here's a challenge for you. Try these steps today. The next time something sparks your anger, use the 90-second rule. Move your body and shift your perspective. Then come back to the comments and tell me how it went. Did you feel the difference? Did you take back control? I'm reading every single one, and I can't wait to hear your story. If this is hitting home, hit that like button, subscribe, and tap the bell so you don't miss the next step in this journey. Because calm isn't just for philosophers or warriors, it's for you. Let's keep building that strength together. The power of calm, turning unfairness into strength. We've been diving into the art of staying calm, learning how to channel anger and wield restraint like a warrior in the chaos. That calm isn't just a shield, it's a weapon, a strategy that sets you apart as a leader in any storm. Now, let's explore how to cultivate that unshakable calm in real-life situations and face one of life's hardest truths. It's not always fair. But with the right mindset, you can turn unfairness into an opportunity to grow stronger, ready to master the art of calm and take charge, no matter what life throws at you. Let's dive in. The strength of strategic calm. Imagine you're in a heated negotiation with your landlord about those stubborn damp spots on your ceiling. They're getting defensive, brushing off your concerns, and you can feel your frustration bubbling up. Your instinct might be to raise your voice, interrupt, or let your anger take over. But here's where the magic of calm comes in. Instead of lashing out, you take a deep breath, stay composed, and speak firmly but evenly. Suddenly, you're not just keeping your dignity, you're commanding the room. You're not weak. You're the one who knows exactly what you want and how to get it. Isn't that the kind of power you want to carry? So, how do you train this kind of calm, the kind that shines when things get messy? Here are 3 Stoic-inspired techniques to make calm your superpower. 1. Take strategic pauses. When tensions rise, don't rush to respond. Give yourself a few seconds of silence. It's like pressing pause on a movie right before the climax. Those moments of quiet carry more weight than a long, heated speech. A short pause forces the other person to stop, rethink, and realize you're not swayed by their tactics. It's a subtle power move that says, I'm in control here. Try it. Next time someone pushes your buttons, count to 5 before you speak. Watch how the dynamic shifts in your favor. 2. Use the rhythm of your voice. You don't need to yell to be heard. In fact, the louder you get, the less people listen. But someone who speaks slowly, clearly, with unwavering confidence, that's the voice that stops people in their tracks. Think of it like a steady drumbeat in a chaotic song. It cuts through the noise and grabs attention. Practice this. When you're tempted to raise your voice, slow down instead. Enunciate each word. Keep your tone calm but firm. You'll be amazed at how much authority you command without shouting. 3. Master the Stoic gaze. Ever notice how a calm, steady stare can unsettle someone more than an outburst? When someone tries to provoke you, meet their eyes with a gaze that's composed, unflinching, and free of anger or fear. It's like a quiet storm, unfazed, unshaken, and undeniably powerful. They expected you to snap. Instead, they're met with your peace. That's disarming. Practice this in the mirror. Hold your own gaze. Keep it steady. And imagine facing a challenge without blinking. That's the Stoic gaze, and it's your secret weapon. These techniques, pauses, voice control, and the Stoic gaze, aren't just tricks. They're tools to make calm your default, even in the toughest moments. Because the warrior who moves silently through chaos isn't weak, they're the most formidable force on the battlefield. Calm is your strategy, your strength, your way to rise above the noise. The myth of fairness. Now, let's face a hard truth. Life isn't fair. You can work harder than anyone, be kind, make sacrifices, and still watch someone else get the credit, the promotion, or the win, sometimes through luck, connections, or even cheating. Frustrating, right? But here's the kicker. Getting mad about it doesn't change a thing. It just traps you in a cycle of anger and resentment, making your mind a battleground of chaos. So, what do you do when life hands you an unfair deal? You train your mind to stay calm and find peace anyway. Take Marta's story. She was an admin assistant at a company for over a decade, reliable, punctual, always on top of her game. When a promotion opened up, she was the obvious choice, with years of experience under her belt. But the job went to someone who'd been there just 6 months. Someone related to the boss. Marta felt invisible, betrayed, like all her hard work meant nothing. The sting was real. She could have stormed into her boss's office, made a scene, or sulked at home, letting bitterness take over. But Marta chose a different path. She remembered a Stoic principle from Epictetus. Don't ask for things to happen as you wish. Wish for them to happen as they do, and you'll find peace. It's like getting mad at the rain for soaking you. It's pointless. Life's going to do what it does. Marta realized that raging against unfairness wouldn't change the outcome. It would only steal her peace. So, instead of dwelling on what she couldn't control, she focused on what she could, her response. She kept showing up, doing her work with excellence, and quietly exploring new opportunities. Over time, her calm resilience opened doors to a better role elsewhere, one that valued her worth. Turning unfairness into opportunity. Marta's story shows us something powerful. Calm isn't about ignoring injustice, it's about refusing to let it define you. When life feels unfair, ask yourself, what can I control right now? You can't change the boss's decision, the unfair system, or someone else's luck, but you can choose how you respond. Will you let anger cloud your judgment? Or will you channel that energy into something productive, like improving your skills, building new connections, or simply finding peace in the moment? Here's a challenge to put this into action. The next time life feels unfair, try one of these techniques. Pause for 5 seconds before you react. Speak slowly and confidently, even if you're upset. Hold that stoic gaze when someone tries to rattle you. Then, ask yourself, will this matter a month from now? Share your experience in the comments. I'm reading every one. And I want to know how it went. Did you feel the shift? Did calm give you the upper hand? Choosing peace. The Stoic way to rise above unfairness. We've been exploring how to stay calm in the face of life's unfairness. Like Marta, who refused to let injustice steal her peace and instead forged a new path with Stoic wisdom. Today, we're diving deeper into how you can do the same, how to accept what you can't change. Choose your response, and make your mind your greatest ally. Life may not always play fair, but you can always play smart. Ready to take that power back? Let's get started. Accepting the rain. Marta's lesson in letting go. Life's unfairness can feel like a sudden downpour, relentless, soaking you to the bone. You can stand there, shaking your fist at the sky, demanding it stop, but you'll still get wet. Or you can open an umbrella, accept the rain, and keep walking. That's exactly what Marta did. After being passed over for a promotion she deserved, she could have let anger and resentment consume her. Instead, she chose calm. She focused on what she could control, her work, her attitude, her next steps, and that choice changed everything. Today, Marta thrives at a new company where her skills are valued, and she's even mentoring others. The injustice didn't vanish, but she didn't let it define her. She didn't waste energy fighting what she couldn't change. She channeled it into building a better future. Think about a time when life handed you a raw deal. Maybe you poured your heart into a project, only to see someone else take the credit. Or maybe you were honest in a tough conversation, only to lose out. In those moments, your mind screams, "This isn't fair." It urges you to lash out, to demand justice, to make a scene. But here's the truth. Letting that storm of anger take over doesn't fix anything. It just clouds your clarity, saps your energy, and hands control to the chaos. So, here's a challenge to try today. The acceptance challenge. For just one day, don't complain about anything, not the traffic jamming up your commute, not your boss's unfair feedback, not even the weather turning sour. Instead, observe what's happening, accept it, and focus on what you can control. It might feel strange at first, like trying to walk in new shoes. But trust me, your mind will notice. It'll stop chasing what's out of reach and start settling into a quieter, stronger state. Can you imagine how much lighter you'll feel when you let go of the fight against things you can't change? If acceptance feels tough, try leaning into something bigger. Call it the universe, destiny, or just life's mysterious plan. Picture it like a stoic GPS guiding you through the chaos. Whispering, "Turn right, your coworker was unfair. Keep going straight, don't stop." Trust that there's a rhythm to the madness, even when it's hard to see. When you let go of resistance, you make room for peace. It's like clearing the fog from your windshield. You can finally see the road ahead. You choose your response. Now, let's talk about a moment we've all faced. You're waiting patiently in line at the supermarket, maybe daydreaming about dinner, when someone casually cuts in front of you. They flash a smug smile, like it's no big deal, and move right ahead. Your blood starts to simmer. What do? Yell? Glare? Let it ruin your mood? Or do you take a deep breath, steady yourself, and decide this tiny moment isn't worth your peace? That choice is everything. A Yale University study found something powerful. When you believe you have control over your emotions, you naturally react more calmly under stress. It's not about being born with some magical ability to stay cool. It's a decision, a mindset you can choose. No one, not the line cutter, not your critical boss, not even life's unfair twists, can take your peace unless you let them. Epictetus, the Stoic philosopher, put it perfectly. It's not enough to be insulted or harmed. You must believe you've been harmed. In other words, it's not the rude gesture or the unfair outcome that hurts you, it's what you tell yourself about it. Your mind can either betray you, spinning a story of victimhood, or become your greatest ally, reframing the moment as a chance to stay strong. Picture this. Someone makes a snarky comment at work, maybe questioning your effort. Your first instinct might be to take it personally, to think, they're attacking me. But what if you paused and asked, is this really about me? Or is it just their bad day talking? That shift in perspective is like flipping a switch. It dims the emotional charge and lights up your clarity. You decide what the moment means. And that's where your power lies. Building your stoic strength. So, how do you make this mindset stick? Start with small, intentional choices. When something unfair happens, don't let your mind run wild with complaints. Instead, take a moment to breathe and ask, what can I control right now? Maybe it's how you respond to a coworker's jab, or how you approach your next task despite a setback. Practice this daily, and you'll start to notice your mind becoming a calmer, more reliable partner. Here's another tip. When life feels chaotic, lean on that stoic GPS. Trust that every challenge, every unfair moment, is part of a bigger picture. It's not about giving up, it's about choosing where to focus your energy. Like Marta, you can keep walking forward, even when the rain pours. And with every step, you're building a mind that's not just resilient but unstoppable. I want to hear from you. What's one unfair situation you faced? And how did you handle it? Drop it in the comments. Your story might inspire someone else in this community. We're all here to share, support, and grow together. If this video's hitting home, hit that like button, subscribe, and tap the bell to keep up with this journey. Because life may not always be fair, but you can always choose calm, clarity, and control. Let's keep training that stoic mindset. Mastering your mind. From chaos to control with stoic wisdom. We've been diving into how to choose peace over chaos. Learning to accept life's unfairness and take control of our responses. Just like Marta did. Now, let's get practical with 2 powerful stoic strategies to keep your mind steady when life tries to push you off course. From silencing reactive impulses to grounding yourself in your body. These tools will help you stay calm and in charge, no matter what. Ready to turn your mind into your greatest ally? Let's jump in. Emotional airplane mode. Disconnect to reconnect. Picture this. You're at a family gathering, enjoying the chatter and laughter, when someone, maybe an aunt or cousin, drops a comment that hits a nerve. Have you lost weight? You look tired. You should eat more. Suddenly, your stomach twists, your face flushes, and your mind starts replaying those words like a broken record. Sound familiar? That's your amygdala, your brain's primitive danger detector, kicking into overdrive, ready to snap back with sarcasm or shut you down completely. But what if you could hit a pause button on that chaos? That's where a technique I call emotional airplane mode comes in. Just like switching your phone to airplane mode cuts off all notifications. You can do the same with your mind. The next time you feel that emotional surge, anger, frustration, or hurt, imagine pressing an invisible button that silences the noise. Take a deep breath, count to 5, and let everything go quiet for a moment. This pause creates space to ask yourself, does this even deserve my response? Or should I just move on? It's like stepping out of a stormy room into a calm, open field. You get to decide what happens next. I've used this myself, and trust me, it works. Those family comments used to linger in my head all day, stealing my peace. Now, when I feel that familiar sting, I hit emotional airplane mode. I breathe slowly, stay quiet, and refuse to let those words dictate my mood. The best part? The person waiting for your reaction gets nothing. They expect you to bristle or argue. But you've already taken back control. Try asking yourself this powerful question. Do I really want to give this person power over my mood? Just posing that question shifts you from reactive to rational, letting calm take the wheel. Because if you lost your cool every time someone annoyed you, you'd be living like a volcano, ready to erupt at any moment. And you're not here to explode, you're here to grow. Connecting body and mind, the power of movement. Now, let's shift to a moment we've all experienced. You're in the kitchen, juggling a million things. The rice is boiling over. Your phone's buzzing with notifications. The kids are screaming in the next room. And your inbox is piling up with work emails. Your breath quickens, puff, puff, puff. Your chest tightens. Your hands get clammy, and it feels like a storm's brewing inside you. The worst part? Nothing catastrophic has even happened. But your mind's racing, jumping from one worry to the next, like it's strapped into a roller coaster with no off switch. Ever been there? You're not sure why you're so anxious. And you definitely don't know how to stop it. What if you had a reset button to reclaim control in that exact moment? Here's the secret. Move. It's not some random idea, it's backed by science. A study in the Lancet Psychiatry found that regular physical activity can reduce severe stress by a whopping 43%. That's like carrying an invisible shield against anxiety. When your mind's spiraling, more thinking isn't the answer. You need to reconnect with your body. Feel your feet on the ground. Take a deep breath, and move your muscles. Something as simple as stepping outside for a walk can pull you out of that mental whirlwind. Seneca, the Stoic philosopher, knew this centuries ago. He swore by walks to clear his mind and think more calmly, saying, "No wind is favorable to the one who doesn't know where they're going." It's like trying to sail without a destination. Your mind just drifts in the chaos. But when you move, you give yourself direction. Picture it. You're stuck in that frantic kitchen moment. But instead of letting the stress build, you step away. You lace up your shoes, head outside, and walk. With each step, your breath slows, your thoughts settle, and the storm in your mind starts to fade. It's like pressing reset on a glitching computer. Suddenly, everything runs smoother, making calm your superpower. So, how do you put this into action? Start with emotional airplane mode. The next time someone's comment or a stressful moment triggers you, hit that mental pause button. Breathe, stay quiet, and ask, is this worth my energy? Then, when life feels overwhelming, get moving. Take a walk, stretch, or even do a quick set of jumping jacks. Feel your body ground you back to the present. These small choices, pausing and moving, are like training wheels for your mind, helping you steer through chaos with ease. Here's a challenge for you. Try these techniques today. The next time you feel your emotions spiking, switch to emotional airplane mode for 5 seconds. If anxiety starts creeping in, take a 10-minute walk and focus on your breath. Then come back to the comments and share how it went. Did you feel the shift? Did you take back control? I'm reading every single comment, and I can't wait to hear your story. If this is resonating, hit that like button, subscribe, and tap the bell to stay with us on this journey. Because life will always throw curveballs. But with these Stoic tools, you can choose calm, clarity, and strength every time. Let's keep building that unshakable mindset together. From chaos to clarity, making calm your superpower. We've been exploring how to take control of your mind, using movement to ground yourself and emotional airplane mode to pause reactive impulses. Now, let's dive into how to make calm a deliberate choice, even when your mind tries to sabotage your peace. By connecting with your body and embracing calm as a decision, you can steer through life's storms with clarity and strength. Ready to make calm your go-to move? Let's get moving, literally and figuratively. Moving through the storm. Imagine your mind as a ship caught in a wild, churning sea. The waves of stress and tension crash around you, and your thoughts are like a frantic crew, scrambling without direction. If you just sit there, letting the storm toss you around, you're not going anywhere good. But take one step, move your body, and you start to shift the wind in your favor. That's the power of movement. When your mind's dragging you through a whirlwind of worry, don't just sit there, chewing on those thoughts like a bitter meal. Get up and move. Try this. Go for a mindful walk, even if it's just for 5 minutes. Leave your phone behind, skip the music, and let it be just you, your steps, and the world around you. Notice the rustle of leaves, the warmth of the sun, the rhythm of your breath. It's like slowly finding your way back to yourself, as if each step pulls you out of the mental fog and anchors you in the present. Another option? Shake it off, literally. It's called shaking, and it's as simple as moving your arms, legs, and neck freely, like you're shrugging off a heavy backpack. It might feel silly at first, like dancing alone in your living room. But when you're done, it's as if you've shed a cement coat of stress. Short on time? Stretch like a cat waking from a nap. You've seen them, right? They yawn, extend their paws, and stretch every muscle with lazy grace. Do the same. Reach your arms high, roll your neck, arch your back, In just 2 minutes, you'll feel a release that outshines even the most positive self-talk. Why? Because when your mind's in crisis, screaming that everything's falling apart, moving your body reminds the rest of you to stay calm. It's like telling your brain, hey, we're not panicking today. On tough days, that's a victory worth celebrating. So, the next time chaos hits, stop thinking and start moving. Your feet might just lead you to the calm your mind's been searching for. Calm is a choice, not a gift. Have you ever had one of those moments where everything feels fine? And then, out of nowhere, your mind starts acting suspicious? You're sitting there, thinking, I feel calm today, when a sneaky thought creeps in. This is too good. I must have forgotten something. Something bad's about to happen. In seconds, you go from peace to a wave of irrational anxiety, as if your mind's afraid of calm itself. Sound familiar? It's like your brain's a detective, sniffing out trouble even when there's none to find. A lot of us believe calm only comes when life plays nice, when traffic flows smoothly. The boss is all smiles, or no one challenges our ideas. But what if calm isn't something the world hands you on a silver platter? What if it's a choice you can make, even when everything around you is falling apart? Seneca, the Stoic philosopher, lived this truth. He faced betrayal, exile, even death threats, yet he carried an invisible shield of calm. He wrote, the more power something has over you, the weaker you are in front of it. Those aren't just wise words, they're a battle-tested strategy. Seneca didn't wait for life to be perfect, he chose calm. No matter the storm. Picture Seneca with an emotional switch tucked into his toga. Someone tries to provoke him, and instead of exploding, he flips to serene mode with total composure. No drama, no chaos, just control. Today, we call this emotional regulation. And it's not some rare gift you're born with. It's a skill you build through practice. Those people who seem unflappable, the friend who sips coffee calmly in the middle of a heated argument, the colleague who stays cool when deadlines crash, they're not superhuman. They've trained their minds, messed up plenty, and learned to respond instead of react. They live on a frequency of calm. And you can too. Your path to unshakable calm. So, how do you make calm your default? Start with movement. The next time stress starts to spiral, take a mindful walk, shake off the tension, or stretch like that cat basking in the sun. Let your body lead you back to clarity. Then, when your mind tries to sabotage your peace with those sneaky, anxious thoughts, pause and remind yourself, I choose calm. It's like flipping a switch in your mind, telling those worries they don't get to run the show. Here's a challenge for you. Try combining these strategies today. When anxiety or frustration creeps in, take a 5-minute walk and notice the world around you. Then, when a negative thought tries to derail you, ask, is this worth my peace? Share how it goes in the comments. I'm reading every one. And your story could inspire someone else in this community. Choosing your power. How to define yourself with Stoic calm. We've been diving into the art of choosing calm, using movement and emotional regulation to steer your mind through life's storms. Now, let's take it further by exploring how to make calm a deliberate habit and, more importantly, how to define yourself not by what happens to you but by what you choose to do next. With tools like the Emotional Plan B and the inspiring story of someone who turned obstacles into opportunities, you'll see that calm is your path to freedom. Ready to make that choice? Let's get started. The Emotional Plan B. Your blueprint for calm. Have you ever wondered how some people stay cool as a cucumber, even when life throws them into the deep end? It's not magic. They've learned that calm isn't a prize you win when everything's perfect, it's a choice you make. Even when the world's screaming at you to lose it. One way to lock in that choice is with what I call the Emotional Plan B. It's like having a backup strategy for those moments when someone or something tries to push your buttons. Picture this. You're in a heated meeting, and a colleague snaps at you. Your instinct is to fire back. But instead, you lean on your Plan B, a pre-decided way to respond with calm. Here's how it works. Decide in advance how you want to react when tension strikes. Maybe it's taking a deep breath and counting to 5. Maybe it's saying to yourself, I choose peace. By having this plan ready, you're not caught off guard when emotions run high. It's like keeping an umbrella handy before the rain starts. You're prepared. No matter the storm. Try this today. Think of a situation that typically sets you off, like a snarky comment or a frustrating delay. Write down one calm response you'll use next time it happens. Trust me, having that plan in your back pocket makes it easier to stay steady when the moment arrives. Another tool to keep your cool is creating your own calm zone. It doesn't need to be a fancy meditation corner with candles and Zen music, though if that's your vibe, go for it. Your calm zone can be as simple as listening to a soothing song, stepping outside for a walk, or jotting down your thoughts in a journal. It's like a mental safe haven, a place to retreat when life gets too loud. I have a phrase I repeat when I feel overwhelmed. I can be part of the problem or part of the solution. Saying it flips a switch in my mind, reminding me to choose peace over chaos. The moment I do, everything starts to shift, like the clouds parting after a storm. What's your calm zone? Maybe it's a quiet moment with a book or a quick stretch to loosen the tension. Find it, and make it your go-to when the world feels heavy. Your mind will always try to pull you into chaos, urging you to react, yell, or worry about things that haven't even happened. But you get to decide whether to play that game. Will you let yourself get swept away? Or will you plant your feet firmly on the ground? Calm is always an option, waiting for you to choose it. And here's the best part. The more you choose it, the easier it gets. Each time you opt for peace, you're building a habit, paving a path back to calm that becomes second nature. That's freedom, my friend. A mind that's free to choose strength over chaos. You are what you do. Life can hit hard, people can betray you, jobs can vanish, and everything you've built can crumble in a moment. But here's the truth. What happens to you doesn't define you. What you do next does. No one, no matter how unfair life gets, can take away your control over your mind. That's your unbreakable strength, your foundation for everything else. Let me share a story that brings this to life. One that'll inspire you to see your own power. Meet Brian Elbetti Oliver, known to millions as Brienator. From the moment he was born, life stacked the odds against him. Spina bifida, degenerative muscle atrophy, and a wheelchair as his constant companion since childhood could have defined his story. Most would have seen those as limits, barriers that dictated what he couldn't do. But Brian? He chose a different path. He didn't just accept his circumstances, he fought with what he had. With humor, creativity, and raw authenticity, he turned on a camera, opened TikTok, and started creating, not to beg for sympathy, but to share his light with the world. Today, millions follow him, drawn to his infectious energy. He didn't stop there, he stepped into the world of cinema, earning the respect of an entire industry and even landing a nomination for a Goya Award as Best New Actor. Can you see it? Brian didn't choose his body or his challenges, but he chose how to respond. He chose to laugh at limits, to dream big, to act with courage, and that choice changed everything. Brian isn't what happened to him, he's what he did with it. Epictetus said it best. You cannot choose what happens to you, but you can choose how you respond. That's the Stoic secret to real power. If you let life's setbacks define you, every mistake, loss, or tough season becomes a cage. But when you choose your response, when you choose calm, resilience, and action, you break free. You become the architect of your own story, building something stronger with every decision. Your turn to choose. So, what's it going to be? The next time life throws a curveball, will you let it knock you down? Or will you choose to stand tall? Start with the emotional plan B. Decide today how you'll respond to the next tense moment. Create your calm zone, whether it's a walk, a song, or a quiet moment to breathe. And when the world feels unfair, remind yourself, I am not what happens to me. I am what I do. Here's a challenge. Try the emotional plan B today. Pick one trigger, a rude comment, a stressful moment, and decide in advance to respond with calm. Writing your story. The power of choice and breath in Stoic calm. We've been uncovering how to define yourself not by life's challenges but by your actions. Like Brian, who turned obstacles into a platform for inspiration. Now, let's explore how to take that power further, by choosing your response in the face of betrayal or chaos and harnessing the simple act of breathing to master your mind. With these Stoic tools, you'll find a path forward, no matter what life throws at you. Ready to write your own story of strength? Let's dive in. Choosing your path through the chaos. Imagine this: your closest friend, the one you trusted with your deepest secrets, betrays you. They share something private, something that leaves you vulnerable, maybe even costs you a relationship. The ground feels like it's crumbling beneath you. Rage surges, disappointment stings, and 1,000 unanswered questions swirl in your mind. It's like a storm tearing through your heart, urging you to lash out, seek revenge, or shut down completely. Sound familiar? Your mind's firing off thoughts like a runaway train, ready to derail your peace. But here's the thing: if you let those thoughts carry you away, you're only adding fuel to the pain. Instead, try this Stoic approach. Grab a pen and paper. Write down 3 things you could do in that moment, no matter how small or even silly they seem. Maybe it's taking a walk to clear your head, talking to someone you trust, or focusing on a project you love. The act of writing pulls you out of victim mode and into action mode. Like flipping a switch from chaos to control. It's like mapping a route through a stormy forest. You start to see a way forward, even if the path is narrow. Here's another key: stop labeling what happens to you. That betrayal? It feels like a disaster today. But what if it's the push you need to grow? Maybe it leads you to focus on yourself, to build stronger boundaries, or to surround yourself with people who truly lift you up. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? By reframing the pain as a lesson, you free your mind from the trap of what happened. You're not defined by the betrayal, the loss, or the unfairness. You're defined by what you do next. So, what story are you going to write with what you've got right now? Because the moment you choose not to give up, you start crafting a tale of resilience. One decision at a time. A strong, steady, calm mind is your pen, and the page is yours to fill. The power of breath, your mind's reset button. Now, let's talk about a tool so simple yet so powerful it can mean the difference between freaking out and staying grounded: your breath. Did you know the way you breathe can flip the switch between chaos and calm? It's not some mystical trick, it's science. Patrick McEwen, a leading breathing expert and author of The Oxygen Advantage, explains it clearly. Most of us breathe wrong. We take quick, shallow breaths, like we're gasping for air in a race we didn't sign up for. This kind of breathing triggers our sympathetic nervous system, putting our body on high alert, as if we're facing a lion when it's just an email from the boss or an awkward conversation. When your body's in this fight or flight mode, your mind follows suit, racing, confused, blowing everything out of proportion. It's like your brain's sounding an alarm for a threat that doesn't exist. But here's the game changer: control your breath, and you control your mind. Marcus Aurelius nailed it in his Meditations. If you are troubled by something external, it is not the thing itself that disturbs you, but your judgment of it, and you can change that judgment at any time. The fastest way to shift that judgment isn't through endless thinking, it's through breathing. A calm breath leads to a calm mind, like a still lake reflecting a clear sky. I recently heard a podcast with Jefferson Fisher, a lawyer and emotional management expert, who shared a gem that stuck with me. He talked about the power of stopping to breathe before responding in high-stakes situations. Like in a courtroom, picture it. Tensions are high, arguments are flying, but instead of reacting, you pause, take a slow, deep breath, and let your mind settle. It's like hitting a reset button, giving you clarity to respond with strength instead of impulse. Try this the next time you feel overwhelmed. Breathe in for 4 counts. Hold for 4, and exhale for 4. Do it for a minute, and feel the storm in your mind start to quiet. It's like turning down the volume on chaos, letting calm take center stage, writing your story with calm. So, how do you make these tools part of your life? Start with action. The next time life feels unfair, a betrayal, a setback, a loss, grab that pen and paper. Write down 3 things you can do, no matter how small. Then, ask, what can I learn from this? Shift the narrative from victim to victor. And when your mind starts racing, use your breath as your anchor. Take slow, deliberate breaths to ground yourself back in the present. These choices, action and breath, are like bricks in the foundation of a stronger, calmer you. Here's a challenge. Try these strategies today. When something sparks frustration, write down 3 actions you can take. When anxiety creeps in, practice the 4-count breathing technique. Then, Share your experience in the comments. How did it feel to choose action over reaction? Mastering the moment. Stoic breathing and living in the now. We've been exploring how to write your story through action and breath. Turning challenges into opportunities with tools like the emotional plan B and mindful movement. Now, let's dive into 2 more Stoic strategies to anchor you in calm. Mastering your breath to control your mind and staying grounded in the present to avoid the traps of the past and future. With these, you'll learn to command any situation with clarity and strength. Ready to take charge of the moment? Let's get started. The power of a pause and a breath. Picture yourself in a high-stakes moment. Like a courtroom or a tense family argument. Someone throws a sneaky, loaded question your way, designed to rattle you. So, you saw the car parked. But you were in such a hurry you hit it, right? Your instinct is to jump in. Defensive, blurting out, "No, that's not true, but what if you did something different?" Jefferson Fisher, a lawyer and emotional management expert, suggests a game changer. Pause, breathe, and look them in the eye. Then, with a steady, unhurried voice, say, "No, that's not true." Feel the difference? It's not just about the words, it's about the calm power behind them. That pause and breath make you the one commanding the room. Like a captain steering a ship through choppy waters. This isn't just for courtrooms, it works anywhere life tries to push your buttons. Whether you're in a heated meeting, dealing with a critical coworker, or feeling the weight of a chaotic day, those 2 seconds of breathing can change everything. They're like a shield, giving you space to choose your response instead of reacting on impulse. Try this. The next time tension spikes, pause for 2 seconds, take a slow breath, and respond with calm confidence. You'll be amazed at how the dynamic shifts in your favor. For those moments when you're at home, overwhelmed by a racing mind, here's a technique clinical psychologists swear by. The 4-7-8 breath. Inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 7, and exhale slowly for 8. Repeat this cycle 4 times. It's like pouring cool water on a fire raging inside you. Your body relaxes. And your mind regains control. I challenge you to try it right now. Breathe in for 4. Hold for 7. Exhale for 8. Do it for 1 minute. Then head to the comments and tell me, did you feel the shift? That simple act could be your first step toward mastering your mind. Because when you control your breath, you control the chaos. Calm isn't just a destination, it's a doorway you can step through anytime. Living in the now. Letting go of past and future. Now, let's talk about a trap we all fall into. Getting stuck in the past or worrying about the future. It's like trying to drive while staring only in the rearview mirror or obsessing over the GPS. Ignoring the road right in front of you. You can't move forward like that. You'll either crash into what's happening now or get lost in a mental maze. The worst part? You miss the ride entirely. Tense and stuck in your head. Trying to control things that are long gone or haven't even happened yet. Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor with an empire's worth of problems, put it bluntly. Man lives only in the present. The rest is either gone or hasn't happened yet. Imagine if he'd been paralyzed by every decision he made. What if I shouldn't have sent those troops? What if that law was a mistake? He'd have been stuck on his imperial couch, drowning in doubt while Rome fell apart. But he didn't. He stayed grounded in the now, focusing on what he could control in the moment. That's the Stoic secret to freedom. Think about how often your mind drags you into that same trap. What if I'd chosen a different career? What if I mess up tomorrow? What if I lose everything? It's like your brain's running a marathon on a hamster wheel, going nowhere fast. That's where anxiety and sadness creep in. Anxiety about what might go wrong. Sadness about what didn't go right. Meanwhile, you're missing the only thing you can actually shape, the present. Picture yourself overwhelmed, your mind racing with regrets about yesterday or worries about tomorrow. It's like carrying a backpack full of rocks, each one a what if that weighs you down. But what if you dropped that load and focused on the step you're taking right now? Seizing the present. So, how do you break free from that mental loop? Start by anchoring yourself in the moment. When your mind starts drifting to the past or future, bring it back with a simple question. What can I do right now? Maybe it's tackling one task on your to-do list, having a kind conversation, or just taking a deep breath to reset. The present is your power zone. It's where you make choices. Take action and build your story. Here's a challenge. For the next hour, catch yourself when you start worrying about what ifs. Pause, take a 4-7-8 breath, and focus on what's in front of you. Then, share in the comments. Did staying in the present change how you felt? I'm reading every response, and your story could inspire someone else in this community. Grounding your mind. The Stoic power of presence and action. We've been mastering the art of staying present, using breath and focus to break free from the mental loops of past regrets and future worries. Now, let's take it a step further with practical tools to anchor yourself in the moment and harness the surprising power of your hands to quiet your mind. By staying in the now and engaging in simple, physical actions, you can transform chaos into clarity. Ready to find calm in the present and take charge? Let's dive in. Anchoring yourself in the now. Picture this. It's your child's birthday, and your mom's taken over the planning, dismissing your ideas like they don't matter. All day, you've been biting your tongue, frustration simmering like a pot about to boil over. On impulse, you grab your phone to vent to your partner, typing a long message spilling all your feelings. But in a split second, you hit send to your mom by mistake. She's online, she's read it, your heart sinks, and your mind spirals. Why did I do that? What if she's furious? What if this ruins everything? It's like your thoughts are a runaway car, swerving through a storm of regret and worry. Sound familiar? That's the moment you need to snap back to the present. Because obsessing over that sent message won't unsend it. The only way forward is to focus on what you can do now. Here's how to make that happen with 3 Stoic-inspired techniques. 1. The mental anchor technique. Carry a small object with you, a bracelet, a coin, a smooth stone in your pocket. It's like a tiny talisman, a physical reminder of the present. When your mind starts drifting to the past, I shouldn't have sent that message, or the future, what if she never speaks to me again? Touch that object, feel its texture, its weight, let it pull you back to the here and now, like an anchor steadying a ship in choppy waters. This simple act grounds you, reminding you that this moment is all you need to focus on. 2. The 1-minute reset. Sometimes, all it takes is 60 seconds to break the mental loop. Pause and focus only on what's in front of you. Notice the details. The hum of the fridge, the warmth of your coffee mug, the rhythm of your breath. It's like pressing a reset button on a glitching device. Your mind settles, and you find your center. Try it right now, for 1 minute. Tune into your surroundings. Feel your feet on the floor. Listen to the sounds around you. It's a quick way to step out of the storm and back into control. 3. Ask, what can I do to fix this? Instead of spiraling into regret or justification, ask yourself, what can I do right now? If there's an action you can take, like calling your mom to explain calmly, do it. If there's nothing to be done, let it go. Don't let your mind drag you through every what if it can conjure. It's like refusing to chase a runaway kite. Cut the string and stay grounded. In that moment of the mistaken message, maybe you send a follow-up text, saying, Mom, I'm sorry, that was meant for someone else. Can we talk? Or maybe you decide it's not worth the fight and move on. Either way, you're choosing action over anxiety. These techniques keep you rooted in the present, where calm lives, because only calm will take you where you want to go, not regret. Not worry, but the steady strength of now. The power of your hands. Now, let's explore something simpler yet incredibly powerful, using your hands to clear your head. When was the last time you did something real with your hands, not typing on a phone or keyboard, but creating, shaping, building? Maybe it was kneading dough for a homemade meal, sketching without caring about the result, or fixing a squeaky door around the house. In a world where we're constantly in our heads, swamped by thoughts, notifications, and more thoughts, it's no wonder we feel overwhelmed. It's like living in a mental hamster wheel, running but getting nowhere. But there's a way out, and it's right at your fingertips. Epictetus, the Stoic philosopher, put it perfectly. Don't explain your philosophy. Live it. For him, living meant doing, moving from overthinking to action. When you stay stuck in your thoughts, you're digging a deeper hole, sinking into worry or frustration. But when you engage your hands in something physical, you send a clear message to your mind. I'm in charge. It's like flipping the script on chaos. taking control with every move you make. Psychologist Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi, known for his work on flow state, found something fascinating. Activities that engage your hands, like cooking, gardening, or crafting, can quiet your mind and pull you into a state where time disappears. It's that magical moment when the world fades away, and all that exists is what you're doing. Picture yourself kneading dough, the rhythm of your hands grounding you, or sketching a simple doodle, each line pulling you out of your head. These acts aren't just distractions, they're doors to calm, helping you find focus and peace. Your turn to act. So, how do you make this part of your life? Start with the mental anchor technique. Carry a small object and touch it when your mind drifts. Try the 1-minute reset to bring yourself back to the present. And when chaos hits, ask, what can I do now? Then, get your hands moving. Cook a meal, fix something, draw for fun. These actions are like anchors, grounding you in the moment and silencing the mental noise. Here's a challenge. Try one of these today. Carry a coin in your pocket and touch it when you catch yourself worrying. Or spend 5 minutes doing something with your hands, maybe organizing a drawer or planting a seed. Crafting calm. The Stoic power of hands-on action. We've been diving into the art of staying present, using breath and focus to anchor ourselves in the moment and break free from mental chaos. Now, let's explore how simple, hands-on actions can ground you even further, pulling you into a state of calm that's both powerful and practical. From doodling to cooking, these everyday acts can quiet your mind and reconnect you with the present. Ready to discover how your hands can lead you to peace? Let's get to it. The magic of doing. When was the last time you lost yourself in something as simple as painting, cooking, or shaping clay? Not scrolling on your phone or rushing through a task, but truly engaging your hands in something real, something that demands your attention and pulls you into the now. These activities aren't just hobbies, they're like a lifeline to calm. During World War II, soldiers in the midst of chaos, surrounded by fear and tension, found solace in manual work. They carved wood, repaired gear, even sewed by hand in their downtime. It might seem small, almost trivial, but it was profound. It wasn't just a distraction, it was a way to find stability when the world felt like it was crumbling. The results were striking. Those who engaged in these hands-on tasks showed fewer symptoms of PTSD, less anxiety, and more mental clarity, while others were trapped in memories or quietly unraveling. These soldiers found peace in the act of creating something with their hands. It's like they were building a bridge back to themselves, one small action at a time. And you can do the same. You don't need to be an artist or a craftsman to tap into this power. Try what I call paper therapy. Grab a sheet of paper, some colored pencils, and just doodle. Let your favorite music play in the background, and watch how the mental fog starts to lift. It's like stepping out of a stormy room into a quiet, open space. Your mind begins to breathe again. Or go simpler. Grab some modeling clay. Just like when you were a kid. Squeeze it, roll it, shape it into whatever comes to mind. It might feel silly at first, but as your hands take over, your brain takes a break. If the Stoics had had modeling clay, who knows? They might have written even wiser meditations. The point is, these small acts pull you into the present, silencing the noise of worry or regret. Your hands become your anchor, grounding you in the moment, finding calm in the kitchen. Here's another way to harness this power. Step into the kitchen. But leave your phone behind. No recipes, no distractions, just you, the ingredients, and your hands. Knead dough, chop vegetables, mix spices, make it a ritual, like a dance with the present moment. When you're elbow deep in flour or peeling carrots, your mind doesn't have room for bills, drama, or tomorrow's worries. It's just you, the knife, the cutting board. You're alive, you're present, and that's where calm lives. Have you ever noticed how cooking can feel like a reset? It's like stirring your thoughts into something nourishing, turning chaos into creation. These hands-on acts, whether doodling, shaping clay, or cooking, aren't just about making something. They're about sending a message to your mind. I'm here. I'm in control. As Epictetus would say, don't just talk about philosophy, live it. And living it means doing, moving, creating. When you engage your hands, you step out of the mental loop of overthinking and into action. You're not just calming your mind, you're reclaiming your power. The journey to freedom. Training your mind to stay calm isn't a one-time fix, it's a journey. Every time you choose not to react with anger, not to sink into fear, not to get lost in chaos, you're choosing freedom. It's like building a muscle. Each small choice strengthens you, making calm your default. Picture yourself in a storm, with winds of stress and frustration howling around you. Instead of being swept away, you plant your feet, steady your breath, and start creating, maybe a sketch, a meal, or a simple repair. That's the Stoic way. Taking control from the inside out, no matter what's raging outside. Here's your final challenge. The next time your mind feels like it's teetering on the edge, use your hands. Draw something, even if it's just squiggles. Cook a simple dish with focus and care. Fix something around the house, a wobbly chair, a loose screw. Who knows? You might uncover a hidden talent. At the very least, you'll rediscover something many have forgotten. To calm your mind, sometimes all you need is to touch life with your hands. Try it today. Then head to the comments and share. What did you create? And how did it feel? I'm reading every response, and your story could inspire someone else in this community. If this journey's speaking to you, write this in the comments. I choose to live in calm. That simple declaration is your commitment to this path. And I want to know who the true Stoic warriors are who made it to the end. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and tap the bell so you don't miss what's next. Check out our playlist on the screen. It's packed with stories, ideas, and tips to navigate life with wisdom and confidence. Click it, and let's keep moving forward together. Until next time, take care, and keep embracing your inner Stoic.